All right, welcome everybody. On behalf of Frodo Hegland and I, we're very happy to have you in Vancouver, Washington at this beautiful location at the Murdoch Building overlooking the Columbia River. It's just gorgeous. Many of you I've known for a long time. I've taught. Sometimes I've been online with you for future text. And so I'm happy to have you all here today. I'm going to turn this over quickly to our Associate Vice President of Research and Graduate Education, Dr. Christine Porfor, who's going to give you an official welcome from Washington State University, Vancouver.
Thanks, Deanie. It is a real pleasure to be here. Like Deanie said, I'm Christine. Nobody gets our titles right, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just Christine. But we're super proud of the work that is going on at WC Vancouver in the Digital Technology Culture Program. This collaboration is just stunning, and all of you being here and the people who are in the room and what you do and on Zoom is a real testament to the work you all do, but also the work that Deanie is doing at WSU Vancouver. And we're a pretty small campus, but we are mighty, and certainly the CMDC program is one of the top programs. So those of you who have children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, send them to our campus. We're really amazing. You can work with Deanie, you can work with John Barber, you can work with so many people. But I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for coming to Vancouver. One of the things that we are super excited about is the opportunity to take the work that comes out of the lab and potentially turn it into a center. So Deanie and I have been working on this proposal for a little while now to create something that we are potentially calling the Center of Born Digital Preservation and History. So as you all, I'm sure, are very aware, lots of digital text, digital art is being lost, and so much of the work that these two are doing and the lab at WC Vancouver is doing is preservation of those works. And we really want to keep that moving forward. We're super excited of the possibility of making this bigger and better and sustainable for many, many years in the future, and really making a center like this the destination in the world. So Deanie and John made some very nice one-pagers, two-pagers actually. Take a look at it, give us some ideas. If you know people who'd be really interested in donating to a center like this, talk to us, keep it in the back of your mind. Because obviously all of you in this room are really interested in this topic because you're here today. And we really want to see this work continuing and moving forward. So I'm happy to be here. I'm super excited that I got invited. So thank you. Have a great day.
The next challenge for preservation is VR, right, and AR. So that's one of the things I'm really interested in. I'm going to read a few remarks, and I'm going to turn it over to Frodo, who's going to say a few more things, and then we're going to stop because we're going to get started at 9:15. So I'm going to say that after a millennia of uttering our ideas orally and so ephemerally, our thoughts committed to memory, to retain them, recall them, humans learned how to think in written text. Right? We started orally and we moved to written. The mediums we use have taken various forms, from sketches, etches on rocks, right, on clay, and then we went to text, to papyri, and we went to different formats, and now we moved to the digital format of paper. It looks like paper on a screen, right, with digital ink on a screen, which is two-dimensional. So what interests me in this project is what does it mean when we move to three-dimensional space and start to think, write, and read in these spaces? The questions I've been asking, and we're asking in our project, The Future of Text and XR, is what does writing look like in this environment? What does reading look like? And what happens to human beings if indeed we are affected by the way we use our tools, right? And so part of what we're trying to come up with is, what is this? What is it we're trying to achieve here? We're not interested necessarily in games. We're not interested in necessarily making art. We're interested in text and how text can be experienced in these environments. That's the gist of our 2-year project called The Future of Text in XR. So I'm going to turn this over to Frodo Hegland, my co-PI, who's going to say a few more things. And I think you're going to be moderating today. Is that correct?
I think we will be doing that quite organically. So first of all, some of you have been to the Future of Text before, and one of the differences between maybe other places is there isn't really a difference between presenters and audience. It's just people who care about the subject. So interject, ask questions depending on the speaker, of course. You know, let's have a good day of dialogue. It's a symposium. It means drinking wine together, apparently. But I did write 2 points that I wanted to really get clear, and that's the what and the why we're doing here, right? And why text? Oh, is that? Sorry, that's a good point. Having a bit of feedback there. Good. Thank you for catching that. Yeah, why text? There's a couple of reasons. 5,000 years of development, and we still have a lot to do, I think. That's important. A lot of our thinking and communication is via text, and I mean primarily alphabets and that kind of text. Of course, it extends it to images and all kinds of other things. But if you look at these computers, even the fancy ones, they're very fast now, but we're still running the same basic interactions we did in the 80s. You know, that's frightening. And the why is also, I want us to dream again. That's the #1 thing about XR. Of course, XR will be an amazing thing, and this is not all about XR today, it's about text. But if you ask people to update the traditional computer, there is a truth. People think they know what it is. So there isn't, you know, how should it be different? But what you put on the headset, what we have learned over the last year is a lot. And it's the kind of thing you have to experience to learn. Right? The idea of seeing things in space is very ephemeral, but it allows us to dream again. My mentor was Doug Engelbart, and he was once accused of being just a dreamer, to which he retorted, dreaming is hard work. And it really is. So I hope today and in the future we can dream together. That's what this is about. And this is supposed to be on silent. That's my mother. I can talk to her later. Anyway, thank you very much. And we are starting, I believe, with you, Fabian.